What is gwan peeps? What is gwan? It's Valerie's Naturals Oracles. How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Wherever you are, it's almost afternoon, but it's just about morning here. And I thought today, I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking, we don't do half enough about our shadow side, do we? So I thought I'd get some cards out, especially for the shadow side of work that we need to do. Now, normally, I'm going to tell you, these cards are called the Dark Mirror. They've been around for a while. I don't see a lot of people using them, but I usually use them for the karmic. The karmic chronicles. But today I thought they're very useful for shadow work, and maybe it will show us what kind of shadow work we need to be looking into. So I thought today's spiritual tea is about shadow work. It could, some other stuff could come out. I don't know, but oh, this could get deep. So let's flick some cards and figure it out, shall we? So, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance in reading these cards. Guides, beloved ancestors, thank you for your guidance. Please give us the best information, accurate and concise information that we need right now in reference to our shadow work. Thank you, Spirit. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. So let's get one card out and see if we need to pull any further ones. I'm just going to get one out because all these cards, oh my God, bride in a cage. Bride in a cage! That is not even funny. What is that about? Do you know what I see here? It's almost like, do you see yourself bound to somebody, and in actual fact, it's just you. It's like, for me, this card is like the Eight of Swords, and if you know anything about the Eight of Swords, it's like you're trapped in your own mind about certain situations, and I'm getting that some of the collective might feel bound by a person and you don't understand. Like, for example, this person's in your head 24/7, you don't understand why. Like, every corner you turn, you hear music to do with this person, and you feel kind of trapped and bound by it. I'm going to read this one for you because, like, I don't normally read these ones because I usually use these for karmic chronicles, but I'm not going to take out any more cards. I think this one is quite enough. And it's called The Bride in a Cage. Wow. Let's find out what this is about. This is number 21. 21 might be significant to you, but if you, 2 plus 1 equals 3. 3 in tarot is it the high priestess? Have you been enlightened and you found your twin flame and now you feel trapped in that situation? I don't know. But let's find out what this card is all about. So 21. Oh my goodness. So this card, Bride in a Cage. Okay. So there's a little phrase and it says, tomorrow will be the right moment. Tomorrow will be better, even if today is hell. So there's a message here, and it says the moon phase, the waning crescent, and it says the stage is denial. Oh, wow. So it says here, visual seed, a gorgeous white wedding dress shines through the neon grey artificial light of the evening. It is worn by a mannequin with a disassociated skeleton head. It seems like a happy place, if not for the light. The mannequin stares at the outside while a purple laser grid cage holds it in. So it says a sentence here: did we die waiting for the perfect day, or were we never alive? So there's a going dark message here, which is the shadow side, I guess. So it says, when we put the good of our life just in our expectations, we can dismiss the present. Waiting for the dawn we know will arrive. The future becomes a shopping cart. It needs a bit of this, a bit of that, a few kilograms of that, and almost a couple of boxes or another of this. What? When we look at it, it shines like a brand new day in a commercial. And as it happens with commercials, when the future comes, it's not exactly perfect. The smile is forced, the day is too hot or too cold. The kiss is dry. The lion limps softly and doesn't roar. As long as something is not there but is pushed further along the timeline, we have the luxury to take it off of reality and treat it as a fantasy. We push forward and we push forward until we actually catch up with our dream and then we crush. The future should not feel like a cage, not even a gilded, wonderful, handmade designer cage. The future is a tree, gnarled, rough to the touch, full of flowers only in spring, dense and damp through the rain, absolutely imperfect. You know what that is saying to me? I know that was a bit cryptic, but what I got out of this, and I'm hoping you did as well, is that sometimes we paint illusions for ourselves, and but we need to get back to reality. Do you know, the future's not written, but if you're sitting there waiting for somebody like a caged bird, all right, are you rewriting your future? Or are you going with the flow and seeing what your future holds? This is what I'm getting from this. Oh, what I go on, peace, what I go on. Let me see what's at the bottom of this deck. Caged bird, yeah. Fated to suffer. Look, fated to suffer. And then it's got the sacrifice. So you're sacrificing yourself. It's like you're deliberately doing this to yourself. Do you know what? This is shadow work. I'm telling you, this is shadow work. You look here, the temple of my body. Oh wow, I'm not going down there. But these two cards, it matches perfectly with this. I mean, if you are you actually in an illusion that one day you think your knight in shining armor or your princess in the tower is coming for you, and you've got this fantasy stuck in your head that how it's going to be, but in reality, A, it might not even happen, and B, the reality is yes, these people might come back or will come back, but they're not who you want them to be. And this is what the cage bird can be about. It's like, get out of that bloody fantasy land, stop sacrificing yourself for somebody, stop waiting. Do you know? Because you're just fated to suffer otherwise. Oh my goodness. Are you waiting on somebody? I don't know. I'm going to put these here. Are you waiting on somebody? I hope not. I've got these new cards that I've been flaunting over the weekend. I love them. I love them because they give you the upright and the reverse in the same card. Do you see what I mean? So if this is the Nine of Pentacles. Immediately, it's like you have this fantasy in your head, but in reality, you get what I'm getting. You get what I'm giving people. Anyway, Holy Spirit, Holy Angel, what is the message? Why is this here, Spirit? Why is this here? Thank you, Spirit. Please give us the message. Why is this here? Why is this bird in a cage here? Is it the bird in the cage? Yeah, the bride in the cage, even. Are you a bride in waiting? Are you a bride in waiting? Do you know that could even mean that you're married to spirit? I don't know, but some religions you're married to God and all this. I think Catholics do that, is it? You know, especially if you take up the order. But anyway, I'm going to stop it. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, please give us the message. Why are these cards here? Sacrifice, fated to suffer, bird in a cage. Are you waiting on something or someone, and it's not materializing, and you've got this whole fantasy in your head. This is all about shadow work, people. This is what's coming out. So the shadow work. Do you know? Are you sacrificing your life for something that's not going to happen, or it's not going to be the reality you want it to be? Are you fated to suffer because you're doing this to yourself? Don't wait on people. Honestly, don't wait on people. This is the message I'm getting. Come out of that fantasy land and start getting into reality, because you know, a lot of us watch these romantic films sometimes. I don't know why this is coming up, but some of us watch these romantic films sometimes and think that it's real life, and it's not. Real life is a bitch sometimes, and all you can rely on is yourself. It's a horrible thing to say. Do you know what I mean? Get out of that. Get out of that fantasy land. This is what I'm getting. Anyway, stop it, Val. Let's get some cards out and see what comes out. So the first one is the Six of Cups. Yeah, immediately it's this. This is saying to me, it's almost like you're waiting for your twin flame, your soulmate, whatever. You're waiting for the reconciliation. You're thinking about memories. And I don't know why. But you know what? Look, yeah. But here's the reality. Oh, here's the reality though. This is what you should be doing. I'm not telling you what to do, but you see, when you see the Queen of Swords and she's in the upright, she's honest, she's upright, she's truthful. But what you've got to know about this Queen of Swords as well is that she don't take no nonsense. She don't take, you know, she'll cut and delete, release whatever she needs to do for her peace. Do you know what I mean? And is it that is That is the fantasy, but this is really the reality. Do you know what I mean? That you should be releasing things. You can't make this up. You should be releasing this waiting around. I'm getting a lot of you are waiting around for these people. Why? Do you know what I mean? The 12 ones, you should be decisive about what you want. You should be decisive about. Do you know what? You should stop. Again, this is another card of realizing it's a fantasy because look, this is the two of wands, but this is the good side. This is like you having two paths to take. But you see, this is about you no longer in that indecision mindset. You've made up your mind. And although it's a rocky situation, you need to understand that this is not the fantasy, this is the reality. This could have been the fantasy, but really this is the reality. Oh goodness. Wow. See, do you see what I mean? The truth. The truth will set you free. Wow. This is like again reality. Now, if you was in this state, it's like delusionment. This is lies. But to be honest, this is like clarity. You have the clarity, you have the truth to understand that you don't need to be this bird in the cage. Come out of that fantasy and come into reality, please. Out of the four cards here, there's swords today. So let's get one more out and we'll go deeper. Yeah, the page of swords. Stop watching what other people are doing. Get into your own reality. Do you know what I mean? You've got to come out of this bride in a cage mentality. Are you waiting for something that's not going to materialize? I certainly am not waiting for anything. I'm living my life, mate. I'm moving forward. I'm living my life, and whatever happens, happens. Go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. Go with the flow. I'm no longer, once upon a time, I might have like entertained a conversation, but you see now, not a chance in hell. So I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now. In other news though, you've got a twin flame soulmate that you might have cut out. You're determined not to go back on this situation because this person is just not either not coming in or not coming correct. You know, was it a lot to do with clarity and truth? These people weren't telling you the truth. They weren't clear with you. They wasn't clear. They wasn't clarifying the situation, and now all they can do is watch you. Oh, that is ridiculous. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Yes, this person has great love for you, but they're just not, they just wasn't showing it to you in the past. And now this person is hella confused. Do you know what I mean? It's like they don't know quite know what to do with this situation. Is it because they've got things going on in the background, like karmics in the background, whatever you want to call this? But in reality, they want to come forward to you with not only this new emotional beginning, but a new stable beginning. But all they see you doing is walking away. But with good reason, because here's the Five of Swords. They did something that was an unwise choice, and it just decimated the actual relationship, and it would never be the same. So you just decided now. I'm walking away from that situation. Do you see the hunched shoulders? Do you see the hunched shoulders there? I mean, even like, look at this. This is somebody who might be wanting to return, but this is like you turning your back on that situation. It will take a lot. It will take a lot for this person to come forward, and it will take a lot to actually rectify this situation because of what the damage that was done. You had. I'm getting, and I'm telling you right now, this is the story, and this is what's popping in my head now. You had deep respect for that person at one point. You considered that person as a friend. You considered them as somebody that you don't mind telling your deepest, darkest secrets to. And it turned out that that person was just somebody that showed you one side of them, didn't show you the true self of them. They showed you the person that will do nothing but gossip about you, tell lies about you because they're not getting their own way. They were behaving bipolar, narcissistic, all sorts of things. Pick your scenario. But what I'm getting here is most of all is that this situation would never be the same. You'd never look at that person the same way again. You will never see them in the light that you saw them in previously because you trusted that person. You trusted these people, and pick your story, pick your poison. I don't know. They cheated on you. They lied on you. They withheld information from you. They made you feel like they was committing to you, and they weren't. And they wanted you to be housewife, and they just do what they wanted to do. And don't ever. And I had to learn this lesson the hard way. Don't ever play housewife to somebody who doesn't even want to commit to you, because it's wrong. And I would never do that again. If that same person came back to me, they would see a different somebody. They would see a different somebody, because you wore your heart on your sleeve for them people. And I'm going deep now. You wore your heart on your sleeve for these people, and all they did was tread on your heart. All they did was tread on you. And I know it sounds dramatic when I'm saying that, but you know, a lot of these people, it's almost like I'll see you in the next lifetime, because this is the Six of Cups. This is somebody who's a soul connection. And somebody, and I'm not saying that these people can't come correct, but you as a divine being will know, especially as you've been awakened, or your third eye is open, or your intuition kick in. You know for a fact that these people, um this relationship will never be the same. You may be able to mend and make do, but you will always be forever wary, and that's no way to live. That's no way to live. you know would you rather let these people go and be secure in the knowledge that you did the right thing, or would you go back to, this is the question, would you go back to these people knowing full well what they did, and maybe you have forgiven them, but would you ever see them in the same light again, or would you just release them in the knowledge that you tried, and you just had to release, because they was never going to come correct. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you've got people that have just got this in and out energy with you. Maybe you are talking to them. Do you know, I'm the sort of person like this. It takes a lot for me to actually talk to somebody again that is an ex. It would take an awful lot. Okay. I'm the type of person like this. If you're an ex for a reason, and I cut, delete, karate chop. I I will I don't want nothing to do with you after that. After you did what you did, because nine times in ten, I'm not that type of person to be sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry. If I'm committed in a relationship, I'm staying with that one person, and that's me. I have to be committed, yeah, or I have to feel committed, or whatever the situation is. Okay. But when people lead you down the wrong path and pretend like they want that all intents and purposes it's a committed relationship, and then they turn around and say to you, oh, let's see how it goes, that means they were using you. That means they were getting what they wanted from you. That means they were being energy vampires, and using you for your energy, your time, your space. You're wasting your time with these type of people, okay? Because it would never amount to nothing. They will get what they want. They will push forward and get what they want and take that energy elsewhere. But you will be more or less, and this has happened to me. You more or less feel like a vegetable. You feel trapped. And the bride in a cage. You feel trapped by these people, because they will have the in and out. If you're not careful, they will have the in and out energy, and they will not commit to you. But they will promise you things just to keep you hooked on long enough. But don't go there, people. Don't go there. Anyway, I'm going to stop it now. I've talked long enough. But what's at the bottom of the deck? Ten of Swords. You see, past betrayal. Past betrayal by these people. You just can't let it go. Some of us just, I'm the type of person, I'd rather release than try and make it work, because you're never going to see that person in the same light again. You never. And for me, that would be difficult, because I would be forever second guessing, and I don't want to live like that. So I'd rather release than to be living with second guessing, because there's a lot of things these people don't tell you, and there's a lot of things they keep from you. They've got many bones in their closets, and they don't tell you. But if you, through spirit, you probably found out a lot more than you care to even want to know, and that solidifies even more. I'm not saying this is for everybody, because sometimes, yes, we forgive, but we can forgive from afar. Yes, we can forgive from afar. Yeah, I can forgive, but it's forgiving from afar a lot of the time. But sometimes, depending on the circumstances, these people can come correct, but I'm the type of person like this. I don't know. For me, once I really release somebody, when I'm really done, you're not hearing a peep out of me, because I am truly, and I don't know if you can speak for this as well. I'm telling you, I'm one of those people that leave situations emotionally first, and it's so true. That statement is, I leave things when I go. See, this is what I always say to people: if they know me long enough, especially if it's a relationship, and I say to them, "Look, I'm the type of person like this. As long as I'm arguing with you, okay, you got a chance. But the minute I stop arguing and I go quiet, and no matter what you say to me, I don't respond. You know, I've left that situation emotionally, and I'm just waiting to leave physically." And that's the type of person I am, for real, for real. I've been like that for years because I learned a long time ago. Exes are exes for a reason. And if you keep soul ties with these people, if you keep them in the background and say, "Oh, I can be friends with my ex," no, no, you had history. And the reason you're ex is because something went wrong. Why would you want to keep ties with somebody that went wrong with? You're just causing your own karma. That's what you're doing. Anyway, I'm gonna stop it now because that's deep. Past betrayal. Look, and now somebody's feeling left out in the cold. Do they want to heal the situation and start anew? But you just want to defend. I could keep going. You just want to defend yourself. You busy at work by yourself because you are the boss bitch, the boss man. I could keep going. These cards are fantastic. I'm going to leave it there, people. Hope that made sense to you. And I did ramble a little bit, but I'm telling you, this is deep. Just know your shadow work. Just in general, just know your shadow work. Are you one of these? One of these people that, is caged in a bride and you're in a fantasy land and you really need to get to reality? Or are you sacrificing too much of your time and energy for something that has not kind of come to fruition? Are you fated to suffer because of what you're doing to yourself? Move on. Move on, people, mister. Move on. Or come to some kind of conclusion. Get out of this fantasy. That's some serious shadow work for somebody. Somebody needed to hear that message today. Come out of this fantasy land and get into reality, because may I tell you, it's deep. Do you see, like, it's just pink? You see the pink caging? I'm going to tell you, the pink caging, it's almost like, it's like laser beams. It's something you could step out of at any time. It's like a laser beam. You kind of like trapped in your mind when you see something like that. It's like you're trapped in your mind. Wow, I didn't know about the mannequin thing, though. I just thought it was a full skeleton, but it's not. It's a mannequin with a skeleton head. And I've seen this card many times, and then this is the first time I'm actually reading the actual message that goes with it. And yes, it was a bit cryptic, but basically it's saying get out of fantasy land and get into reality. The future is not written, but if you are telling yourself negative things, and or if you're telling yourself, fantasizing in your head, yes, send them love and light. Man or woman, we don't know how it go. But send them love and light and get on with your life. And if they're meant to be in your life, what is for you will never go by you. Just know and understand that. And if they're not for you, I'll meet you in the next lifetime. Because we have many lifetimes, and trust and believe. And that's another subject. Anyway, I'm going. Till next time, people. Take care.